I've got a machine in my fingers that could just take somebody's soul at any moment.
Yeah.
It's like an amazing feeling.
Today I'm teaching my friends how to take the perfect photograph. So here we are with Dax Flame, Trent, Maddie Keel, Joel, Sethward. How do you feel about your photography skills? I'm
quite amateur at best. I would call myself an amateur because anytime I've ever taken a photograph, I get pretty much zero compliments.
Yeah. Dax, how do you feel about your photographing abilities?
Good.
Good. Have you ever taken a picture you ever felt proud of?
For sure.
Okay, that's nice. That's a great start. As we know, Joel Haver is a filmographer, a videographer, a cinematographer.
My experience with photos is of the moving variety.
Exactly, and that means that he, when it comes to professional photography, is still a beginner. So
little do I know I have so much to learn.
Yep. Trent has been actually filming the majority of these, and so we know that he can take a good videograph, but can Trent take a good photograph? Trent, what do you feel?
I think so. I think I'm pretty okay with taking pictures.
I just want to thank you for the opportunity. I'm a big fan of your work. I've been seeing all the stuff you've been doing with LA's most influential people, and I really like the way you take photos and make things look like you're still in college and having fun.
It's all about the essence of authenticity in life.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be using this Canon camera today, Joel. Are you familiar with this?
Is this the PowerShot 430?
Yes, exactly.
I love the PowerShot 430. Great model, great brand. Canon, let's go. Photography.
Not sponsored. So Joel, I have 5 tips for taking the perfect photograph that I want to share with you today. Would you like to talk about them?
Let them rip.
And so Trent, you have been listening actually in on all of these interviews, so maybe you could tell me what is the first tip of professional photography, since you have been listening to this four times over.
I don't remember the order of them, but
The first tip for professional photography is to channel your inner photographer. So Joel, can you think about, for me, actually, of a photograph that you feel proud of in your past?
Absolutely.
Dax, what is your proudest photograph that you have taken?
I don't know, maybe traveling in India or something, taking some nice photos there.
Whoa, do you remember a photograph in particular?
Yeah, there were 2 cows in like an alleyway that were cool to take a photo of. It was like all very blue and then the cows were white.
Whoa. And do you remember anything about who you were as a person in the moment that you took that picture?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So maybe over the course of these tips you can try to remember what that felt like.
Okay.
Because that's going to be important for channeling the perfect photograph technique.
I had an old Facebook profile selfie of me when I was probably 14, 13 years old. Kind of low angle selfie of me trying to do a cool face, and I captioned it "me," and it really captured me at the time. It was a little selfie, low angle. I was chubby at the time, a little self-conscious. You could probably get the angle, but that was the angle I had.
That is really nice, and I think it's interesting hearing about everyone's different photographs that they that stick with them, and that's interesting, Joel, that yours is a selfie.
Thank you.
How do you feel about yourself? Like, how do you feel like you relate to your photography practice? You know, how does that intertwine?
Photography to me, it's confusing because when I think of a photo, it starts moving, and I call that a movie. So I gotta pull back and really reconceptualize that. I gotta freeze the want to move.
Can you really put yourself in the shoes of that version of Joel who took that photograph? So that we can have that version of Joel with us today, so that we can take the perfect professional photograph.
Well, that Joel was a little chubbier, a lot more self-conscious. It's definitely not a flattering photo of me because I didn't know how to seem confident. So if you want me to go back there, it's a pretty dark place for me to go back to.
And the thing about photography is there is a variety of feelings that come along with that process. And maybe it's cool that we have the complexities of that inner turmoil.
I took like 2. Can I say 2?
They
were the same.
Ideally 1.
Well, they were the same day in the same place.
Okay.
All right, I'll just say the 1. It was like on the beach, and there was this really like freaky looking, like almost haunted mansion looking thing, like way out, but in the ocean almost. And I don't know, it looked really cool.
Cool. That is great.
And you can see the ocean in the background.
That is a wonderful, beautiful thing, Trent. And
thank you.
If you had to remember exactly who you were in that moment that you were taking that photograph, can you?
Yeah.
Great. And so what I'm going to have you do is just remember to be in that place of the photographer mindset for this session.
Okay.
Great.
I mean, I was happy to be on the beach. That's kind of how I was in that moment.
That's nice. That's good. And photography is a beach, right?
Sure.
Okay, I got it.
What is it?
It's a picture of me on my bed.
Is it a PG picture of you?
Yes.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, I just needed to know for the. And so, what was it about this picture that you thought, now this is a really good picture?
Well, it's the only picture I could think of on the spot that I've taken of myself.
All right.
And it made me look. It made me look cool, I guess.
Okay, that's nice, and it's cool how we can elevate our self-image with photography and professionalism. Who was I in that moment? And meditate on that.
Okay.
And does that maybe make you feel more in the zone?
I think so.
Okay, perfect. So we're off to a great start.
I think that's probably my best photography. Is one time I put a macro lens on my cell phone and I got a tiny little aphid.
Ooh.
It was a tiny little bug on a leaf, and I was being a little curious cat.
Aw. That's very nice. That's very nice vibration to bring to your photography practice.
Yeah.
Practice. Photography is less about the camera and more about who we are.
Oh.
The second. Stop flipping that
It's
off.
not. I'm not.
Okay. Okay, professionalism.
This is professional.
No. Okay.
This is
So
how
the
people at Disney
second
point
tip-
at things.
Joel, are you interested in tip number 2?
Absolutely. As I said once, I'll say it again. Let her rip.
Tip number 2, Trent, is to notice the beauty that is around you. At every moment, we have to remember that life is beautiful, and such as with the meditation experts, we are able to photograph at any time of day in any situation. With meditation, we should be able to do that when it is loud, when it is quiet, when it is vibrant, when it is unsaturated.
Yes, you focus on what's going on and you breathe into it rather than act like it's not happening.
Exactly.
I've been to yoga.
Exactly, and so with photography, we are going to appreciate every moment as photographable. So,
Photographable.
yes, as we're in that mindset with the photography world, what, when you look around you right now, is standing out as beautiful in particular?
All the trees.
Just leaves and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, like these ones?
Mhm.
Okay, great. That's perfect. That's awesome. Okay, so yeah, he likes the trees, and hey, I get it. So,
Is that a real word?
yes.
Okay, sorry.
And
Can we start over our friendship?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, I'm Fart.
Hi, I'm Tiana Dwick, professional photographer.
Okay.
What is the most beautiful thing that you notice around you right now?
I like the no poop and pee zone sign a lot.
That is a good
I'm a
one.
big fan of that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
And come back and make sure you film us.
Come back. Thank you.
Oh man, you know, I was just looking at these vines and how they kind of spread out and they're like reaching for something. It reminds me of like what I'm constantly doing. No, not that one. That one's dead. It's like these are reaching. You see that?
I see that.
They're like, they don't have anything to grab onto, but they're like reaching. It's almost like what I'm like reaching for some meaning in my life, you know, something that give me something.
Even in a stark city like LA, even in one of the ugliest cities in the world like Los
cities
Angeles,
in the world like Los Angeles.
we need to be able to see the beauty around.
Well, I like 2 things. I like the water fountain, and I like the torn flags over there, the torn little 4th of July sort of flag still hung up.
That is nice, and I do appreciate you've noticed 2 beautiful things.
Photography is awesome.
Yeah, that's the spirit. We are moving into the third phase of the tips.
I love that.
And this is when you get to hold the PowerShot 430. The third tip to getting the perfect photograph is
Patience. Become
the camera.
camera.
Many photographers will forget this metaphysical component of photography, and becoming one with your camera is going to get you steps ahead, especially as a beginner in the photography professional world. And so what I'm going to have you do
Wait, you
is,
gotta explain more on that. You can't just say that and then just leave it.
well, basically, if we want to capture the essence of something, we are going to have to be in tune with essences.
Okay.
And
And
so,
various energies.
and various energies. And so
Yes.
that is why we have to become the camera. We need to see the beauty. We need to be able to see the beauty in every moment.
Okay.
And now, Joel, if I could have you to close your eyes and just feel the camera in your hands and touch around it. Give it a good touch. If you were blind, you want to be able to draw this thing, make a sculpture of this thing, you know what I mean? Get a good sense of what the camera is and think, what is my favorite part of this camera?
Maybe the that button.
That's awesome. And that means that you are probably a really proactive photographer and you feel ready to take a photograph at all times. And that's like a great go get 'em quality about that.
My favorite part is this old button right here.
Yep.
And I have a theory, having taken photos in the past, this is our little magic button that's going to get us the photography we want.
Yeah, that is going to be the button that takes the photograph. And that tells me, Joel, you know, it says a lot about you, what your favorite part of this camera is. And this is telling me that you're a go-getter and you just want to get out there and get those photographs. Don't we know that Joel Haver is a go-getter videographer, and he will be just the same with photos.
Can I open my eyes yet?
Joel, just back up a little bit for me and maybe get that he's touching the camera.
I like this.
Yeah, and I think that is the underrated function of that. And I think what this tells me about you, Trent, is that you are malleable to change and you are open to shifts in life. And so that is going to make you a very adaptable photographer in any situation. You are pretty much going to be able to see, this is how I can adapt to this right now and take the perfect photograph professionally.
Yeah.
So, Trent,
Should I open my eyes?
I like this part.
that is a very particular part of that, Maddie. That's interesting. And so that tells me that you like control, because this part of the camera is knotted to the thing that is going to protect us from dropping it. And so that connective tissue is something that Maddie really agrees with.
I am an Aries.
Yes.
This part's fun because of how I can make it do anything I want. I have control, but then I do like buttons. Like I think maybe that's a part of who I am. Like being able to push buttons and push.
And becoming one with the camera also will help you attain the best picture taking posture. So when you go to take a picture, what posture are you called to go for? That is a really good posture so far. Oh yeah. Okay, the fourth tip for getting the perfect professional photograph is...
There's an emergency. Can you use photography to capture something in the moment, like an emergency?
Yeah, if one is happening when we have the camera, yeah.
I wish so bad I had this camera on to capture that. That was insane.
Yeah, it's too bad because this fourth tip actually, this number 4th tip is turn on this camera and we're gonna set it to the automatic setting. And we are going to, of course, turn on the flash. There is never a good photograph without flash.
Flash is king.
Exactly. If you're feeling ready, take your first photograph out of 3. And then after I give you the 5th tip, we will take 2 more photos. We need to make sure, Maddie, that flash is on. And listen, so we did have automatic on and we did have the flash on, so that does count as Maddie's first photograph of 3. Okay, no, we have to wait.
I feel like it's pretty cliche 2010 hipster vibes.
Right.
So I feel like it's a good contender for like nostalgia.
Okay, great.
What if? Okay, can I pose or do it?
Please do your thing.
So what if you're like outreached and you're gonna grab like that? Okay, right? And now I'm gonna get in here like this. Okay, yep. Keep that right there. Yep, great. And oh, I really like this one.
That is a very nice picture, actually.
Is that really nice?
That's very nice pictures.
That's a very nice picture. I've never felt like I've done the flash and the automatic. I think really.
Exactly. And you're already seeing the magic of these tips come together.
Wait, how many am I supposed to take?
You can take one to start, and then I'll tell you the 5th tip, and
Cool.
then we'll take 2 more.
Okay.
That seems promising. Should we take a look?
Sure.
That is a really nice start, Dax Flame. You can just take your first photo.
There's lots going on here. There's lots to photograph all around me. I'm overwhelmed by possibility. I hope I don't flounder this. Hope I don't flounder this opportunity I've been given. I took a photo.
Wow, should we take a look?
Yep.
That is going to be a very nice inspired image, Joel, and it's reminding me a little bit of the cinema videographer Harmony Korine a little bit. Joel, how are you feeling right now?
I feel good.
Now, you got 1 of 3?
Yeah.
Let's take a quick look at that. That is a very dramatic, chill photograph, Trent. I think that's actually a very chill photograph.
Thanks.
And it very much reminds me of your peaceful nature, Trent.
My what?
Your peaceful nature, Trent.
Oh, thank you.
So, my 5th and final professional photography tip is make sure do not be too hard on yourself, Joel. Do not be too hard on yourself, because as a professional photographer, it took me a lot of training and practice to get even one good photograph. It took me 2 to 3 years to get my first good photograph professionally. And so for you, especially with no! You have to wait for the contest, and you have to wait for me to finish my 5th tip. It's not done yet. As a professional, Trent,
Sorry.
let yourself have fun and don't be too hard on yourself. I heard you back there saying, I hope that I don't flounder. Don't worry about it. Just have fun. As long as you're not hard on yourself, you will get to that professional status in about 3 years. So yeah. But I think you're on the perfect track so far, Dax.
Cool.
And you're looking really promising. And especially with a teacher like myself, you're going to progress really fast.
And then the goal is to take a few photos and so they vote at the end?
Yes.
Cool.
Exactly. So now you can take 2 more pictures.
Cool.
And then the audience is going to let us know in the comments who took their favorite 3 photographs.
Okay, cool.
Do I have a time limit?
Well, probably soon.
Okay. I did 3, right?
Yeah, that was a very interesting technique, and you had a very interesting essence of that.
Let's see. Did they take one of you yet? There's another
yeah.
one. And then, have they taken any of you?
Sometimes, yeah, but everyone has their own take.
Do you want to be hanging off monkey bars?
That'd be good. What? Okay. Is this good?
Yes. Cool. I think that's 3.
Perfect.
I do like rocks, and I like how rocks look. I really like how rocks have kind of a heavy, it has like kind of a weight to it.
Yeah. Oh, Heather, please just be careful.
Oh,
Oh, very interesting technique.
So that
That was
That,
very
like,
inspired.
because whenever people say when I'm mumbling, they're like, spit the marbles out of your mouth, and they feel like and I'm like, I don't have any marbles in my mouth.
Your technique is very metaphorical, and I like that.
Yeah, so now I have a lot of dirt in my mouth, but I actually like the taste of dirt.
That is just what I like to hear about. And I think you're really getting the metaphysical vibration of professional photography at this point.
No, it's not gonna work.
Don't be too hard on yourself, remember.
You know what? I think I'm gonna have to go through the reflection of the mirror.
Did it go? Oh, there you go.
You don't see the reflection.
Yeah, and
but,
hey, not
you know,
all of them are going to be
Yeah,
nice.
I'm not gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and say that that wasn't my best work.
Now that we know, don't be too hard on ourselves. Please go and take your last 2 photographs. Oh, Joel, I'm sorry. That one did not have flash on. You did not actually have flash on for that one.
That one's probably not gonna
That
work.
one is not submitted.
Shit, that was a good one.
Yeah. You need to make sure flash was on. Good job. Yeah, that one is similar to the other one, but with flash on. Now you have one more photograph you can take.
Am I allowed to take a photo of you?
Very nice, and that is 2 of 3. And where is your 3rd image going to be taken?
I could go anywhere.
Ensuring that flash is on. Yes, perfect. That is a
second
nice green photograph, and that is a cool, interesting composition with that one. Very nice, peaceful images from our friend Trent today. So,
Can I redo this one?
No.
I feel like this would be better if I like went like a little higher.
No, and see, that's what I'm saying is don't be too
So, like,
hard on
framing
yourself.
out. If the bottom of the picture was like there, like if it moved
And
down, and then
something to know with
we could
this
kind of frame
is
it on the side.
Trent's insecurity of his photographs. And this is somewhat good because guess what? As we are photographing, we are trying to take notes of how we are doing, and we're going to improve.
Yeah.
We're going to improve if we are critical of ourselves, right?
Yeah.
And so it's going to be
I wouldn't
critical.
say it's insecurity. I just think I could do better.
Yeah, and of course you could. And you will in 1 to 2 years with professional help from someone like me. But you have had like a really fast progression here today, and I just want to say proud of you and thank you for
so much.
taking the tips. Thank you, Dax, for taking those photos. Do you feel like you learned a lot today?
I like don't be too hard on yourself.
Do you think that you like the pictures that you took today? Are you feeling like you're on the right track?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really joyful. I think there's a joyfulness that comes out of Dax's photography so far.
Thanks.
So that's great. Great job,
Thank you.
Dax, and keep taking photographs.
Thanks, Tiana, for teaching me some stuff, and I'd love to see your photos as well. Maybe you should enter some to be in the contest.
Maybe I will.
You want to take 3 now?
Oh yeah, sure. I'd have to probably become on with the camera and then turn on to the flash. And okay, I like that the sun is coming in behind you, so stay there. That was a really good one, I'm not going to lie.
Nice.
Maybe if you could just stand behind the trash can. Just stand there. That was an interesting one. And then finally, I think maybe just some nature or the ambiance of this place. That's a good landscape. Okay, now apparently I'm in the competition, so make sure to vote in the comments who had the best 3 photographs.
Is there anything people win?
People will win, what someone will win if they have the best voted photograph is a slice of pizza. Just one. And it's vegan. And it will be delivered to them at some point. So, thank you so much, Joel. Thank you so much, Joel. And
Vote for me in the comments.
and what would you do with your slice of pizza?
I'd probably cover it with some fresh Parmigiano Reggiano and Romano cheese blend and have it fresh in the oven. I'd probably heat it up a little more in the oven after the delivery and have it fresh in the oven.
That makes me really happy to hear that, actually. So, but hey, no bias. Remember, only base your votes off of the photographs themselves.
My photos aren't very good, so if you just want to throw me like a second place vote, and then at like the Oscars, the best video, the best movie often is this one people put second place for, because so many people vote for second place.
And cut. And Trent, what would you do with your slice of pizza?
I'd probably add a little. What kind is it? Just cheese? Vegan cheese? Joel had the idea of adding Parmigiano cheese to it, so I might do that.
That sounds great, Trent. But guys, don't be biased about that in your decision. And make
You can
sure
be biased.
And here's Joel. One more professional shot for the outro.
Whoa.
And thank you so much, Trent, for learning.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
I hope to see some improvements in 1 to 2 years.
Thanks.
Thank you.
You're like actually punching. One of those actually hurt. Help me.
Thank you, and subscribe. Click subscribe and like, and leave your comment. Vote for your favorite photographer, professional, beginner photographer in the comments. Thank you.
Remember, life happens in a flash.
And remember, automatic settings on and flash on, or it's not a good photograph. Because let me just add to that note is that photography these days.
Remember, life happens in a flash.
I feel like we're all anticipating the flash when you do that. You need to have the flash. You need to take the picture with the flash. And take 3.
And all Water Silk viewers out there. and remember, Water Silk viewers, if you don't blink and you'll miss it, because life happens in a flash.
You need to take the picture with flash. You're not doing it.
Water Silk viewers, keep in mind, life happens fast. Sometimes it'll be gone within a flash.
No, but not this time.
Keep your eyes ahead and enjoy the view, because life can happen really fast.
Nice, in a flash. Subscribe, like, comment. Let me know who. So, thank you. And action.
It's loading.